Welcome back, everybody. Today I've got something special planned because we have been in my main world for over 10,000 days, which is a very long time. And in that time, we've done a lot of different types of projects. And what better way to celebrate such a big milestone than doing a world tour? So that way we can go back and look at all of those different projects and see what we've been up to. But we're not going to be taking this world tour alone because we've got Jake Kelton with us today, and he is going to be coming along to see what we've been up to. And I'm excited to have Jake here because not only is he a fantastic builder and a genius with redstone, but he's also an amazing storyteller, and I'm hoping to pick his brain a little bit and see if he's got any ideas that we can use to make this world even better. So welcome, Jake. Thanks so much for stopping by today.
Thank you for having me. And no, I got no ideas. Nothing goes on in my brain up here.
Oh.
It's all empty space. So
Well,
if you look in one ear, you'll see out the other because it's all empty up there. But
oh, okay. Well, okay. Well, I guess we're going to wrap things up here then, and
all right,
we'll see
thanks
you
for
all.
having me.
No, so
thank you for all the gear. So I
yeah,
feel a little
definitely
more protected.
So we're starting out here. This is the spawn location of this world, as we've discovered with some spawn protection issues with the server. But we've got my original iron farm right in front of us. We've got the respawn little system that I've set up.
This is so cool. And anyone who has a survival world needs one of these. So that way, because the worst thing that you can have is when you die and then you have to run around everywhere trying to find all of gear and stuff to go get everything back that you've been working on. And you set this up so early in your server or in your world. I love it.
Yes. Well, because I had moved out of this area, and so my storage room is pretty much empty. There's no food. There's very little gear. And I was just tired of coming over and being starving. And I couldn't get to where I needed to go. Here we are with my starter base here and my starter base area.
Your starter base cows. I hear them all.
Oh, yes.
I think what I love about this area, not only the view from here is fantastic, but your creativity when it came to these kind of windmill things that are out there with the spiral design is so cool. And I remember when I first saw them, I was like, I wonder if I could figure out how to make it look like those were spinning. And lo and behold, many years later, we've got some buildstone shenaniganry. But maybe I'll come back and visit that as a animation project at some point.
Yeah, that would be amazing. With this area, one of the things that I did was build a lot of different farms down in the basements. This was where I put my netherwart farm.
Ah, nice.
And I really liked how the red came together on this sort of bright contrast.
Very evil looking. I love the shroom lights in the ceiling too.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I did get a comment that this looked like a movie theater. I was like, oh, it kind of does, with the netherwart being the audience.
And we are the stage.
We are, yes. Over here, we've got our windmills. So they've got different types of farms underneath them. One has an semi-automated wheat farm. The other has lava farm. We've also got one that's got some holes in the sail because I think it got struck by lightning.
I think it looks worn. I don't mind it at all. I think it looks like it's just to get weathered and old, and that one's just maybe that one doesn't work as well, and so they've switched to using other ones instead.
Mm-hmm. Over here, we've got a little blacksmith that I put together when I was doing my beacons for the first time, and so I thought, we need to have a proper blacksmith room to signify that we've got a beacon. So I put this little build together.
It's got 2 floors. I like that. There's a dirt up there from an Enderman. Nice little Enderman gift.
Yep. It's part of that lived-in feel for the world. We've got dirt blocks. We've got holes in the sails. It's got a little bit of everything.
Yeah. Very, very lived in. That's what a forever world should be. I like your stash of anvils also used as decor. So very nice.
Yes. Gotta flaunt that iron farm iron.
We're not going to run the stats on how many iron golems have been cooked in this world.
Yes. That would be not a number that any iron golem would want to see.
This is awesome in the side of the mountain. I want to get a view real quick. I want to come down here and just look up this way. Because, you see the imposing staircase going up to the icy mountain. That's awesome. Big door hidden back here.
One of the reasons I stuck with this seed was because of this mountain. I was like, there's just something about having a mountain in your backyard to be able to look at that just adds something more So we've got this was a zombie spawner, my first XP farm.
Ah, very nice.
Yeah,
That
little enchantment
explains
set.
this. I was wondering whether it was a little like storage nook or something, but I
Mm-hmm.
can hear them now. Hello,
Yeah.
friends.
Yep. So many zombies have been slain in this room.
He's got a spear. Can you see him pointing the spear at me? He's maybe like, I know
Yeah.
you're out there somewhere. I know you're out there somewhere. Come
I'll
back here.
get you. Yeah. I've got the reach.
That's so funny. I
Yeah.
didn't know that they could spawn from spawners with spears in their hands, though. That's
Yeah,
new.
I didn't know that either. So this is the villager trading hall. Isn't it very nice? The villagers are
It's
all
very
hidden.
beautiful. So
Yeah.
many villagers. I see them all. Got
This
Casper, the friendly ghost, and
yes. Hmm. So as we come down here, you get
oh,
the full room.
wow. Okay, so these go down up.
These
These
go
are
down.
elevators.
These are elevators. You can also take the shortcut down.
Oh, I hear them.
Yep. So you can see we've got villagers both on the right and on the left, and there are 2 stories worth of villagers. Over on the right, where we are looking at here, these are all of my stonemasons. The left are the librarians and farmers, whoever you can trade iron with. So
I don't know what evil you all did to be imprisoned here for the rest of your lives, but I'm sure that it is well deserved. So just
yes,
another 50 years, and you'll have worked off your service to the community. All right.
they're contributing their knowledge and skills to the betterment of the world. So I feel like that's a pretty good
Ah,
trade-off, you know,
it is. It is.
by
So,
going the right one.
so how do you access these top ones? You just fly up here,
Oh,
walk along
so
the edge.
there's a here, I'll show you. If you come back down, we've got sort of the back hallways.
The back rooms.
Yes, the back rooms. So back around this corner. And then over here, we've got elevators that take us up to the different levels.
Oh, interesting. So you can, I see, access them on either side, and then you can come up
Yeah.
here. Now, is this because you had one row and then got halfway through and were like, you know what, I need a lot more villagers for all the stuff that I want to do. Let me make a second row, or did you plan to do 2 rows from the very beginning?
I planned to do 2 rows from the beginning, but I didn't complete this second row until a couple months ago. Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just
So
admiring the floor.
oh yes.
You
This
do such good like floor decoration and subtle patterns and things.
this basalt or polished basalt combination has been something I've really liked doing ever since it came out, because it gives you that sort of, anytime you can get curves in Minecraft or wiggle lines.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's that's always
It
exciting.
doesn't feel blocky.
It doesn't. Yeah, there is one more thing to see. Well, actually, there's 2 things to see over in this starter area. One is my little villager village,
Ruins.
and then the ruins. Yes, so we can stop by the ruins.
I did see these when we spawned in, and I love how just green they are.
Yes, yeah. This was a lot of fun. This building here was probably one that I put a lot of attention to detail into, just with, you know, the different collapsed pillars up here, and then as you go
Yeah.
down, because this was where I was going to
Oh,
put my nether portal, and just trying, you know, different things
fancy.
to kind of, heavily inspired by Skyrim, I think. Is a
Yeah.
lot of my building, you know, it's underground sort of ruined structures.
I love the pile of barrels mixed in with the dirt, and the moss looks
Mhm.
really good, but the hanging roots is so underutilized. So very, very nice.
Yes, yeah. I don't use them as much as I should. This was one I used a lot in, but they're very,
Beautiful.
yeah. It's a good way to mix in the colors, because a lot of the hanging vines are all green, so you can get some different things.
Very nicely textured. Definitely needs a lot of lore and lecterns and books hidden around.
And
Oh,
then we've
wow.
got my little villager village over here.
Oh, with the boat and the tree.
Yes. Now
Yes.
these boats are a recent addition. I wanted to practice building boats, So I came up with a little boat design, and I thought, it's just the right size for this starter area, which is sort of on the smaller end.
I remember when this is the Circle Village, right? Hang on,
Yeah,
hang on.
yeah, built
Yeah,
with
yeah, 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 yeah.
stone and stone tools. There's a lot of
And
mining with stone tools.
iron golems all over the place.
They are, yes.
But I remember you building the moat and everything, and I was like, oh, it's so much smarter to use the carpet over top of, I think it's the prickle bushes or whatever, to keep villagers
Oh,
from leaving. Is that what
yeah.
you did, or is it
I,
just the
I
gap?
it's just the gap, but
Oh,
I
okay.
should do that because what I did here doesn't work. I
Oh,
think it
okay.
got patched out at some point. So, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think the prickle bushes will keep them in.
Oh, okay.
But
Yeah.
I have such a hard time. I don't like villager trading halls just because I feel bad
hmm
for the villagers, but I have a
Yeah.
hard time keeping them in certain places because I don't want them running around. And so I think in my Drayun Terra village, I need to do that carpet trick because yeah,
Yeah.
is
Because
good.
otherwise you end up over here. You can see they're still here. Yeah. We've got these two villagers who've decided to hang out in the moat, and they've been here just since this village has come in. They've
We're
just hung
going
out
for a
here.
swim. We'll let you guys do your thing. Sorry
Yeah.
for interrupting. You've been
They've got
enjoying
their own.
yourselves for a little bit.
But yeah, this is my starter area. Little improvements that I've done, even though I've really moved on to other parts of the world. I do like to come back and try to add just little things that I've always wanted to do but didn't get a chance. So these boats were one thing. Building in the dock by the village was another that I had for a long time just had nothing, and so there was a
Yeah.
drawbridge to water.
No, they're lovely, and I think what's nice about them is that they're very size appropriate for the area.
hmm
So they look very, very good.
Now we're going to start branching out a little bit to some of the other areas. Once I had sort of settled in the world, I decided to go other places and build other things. So the first place that we'll probably go to will be to the end dimension.
Ooh.
And that's got some fun builds. This is my tower that I built to connect up with the nether roof.
Yes.
So we
This is
have
an
two
awesome
options.
build.
You can go down to, well, you
I'm a
can
big
go,
fan of the stairs that just end
oh,
in
yeah,
snow. That's very nice.
it
It
is,
feels very, very Skyrim, just a building.
yeah.
Uh,
I have been thinking about putting more towers along the same design, maybe with different wood types, so there's different colors,
ooh.
just
I
as
do like
things
that.
to be scattered throughout the world. Um, but that's we're gonna go up actually. So this is the stronghold that I sort of redid a little, made some modifications to it.
Yeah, I love that nether portal design.
Yeah, that worked out. It is a pain trying to build that though in survival. Putting all of the stairs in the correct
Hang on, I'm gonna
order.
look at this from a distance for a second.
Yeah.
This is so imposing. Yeah, this is one of those things that it's like if you had these types of builds in just vanilla Minecraft, you would see that on a map or something and be
Oh,
like,
mhm.
"Oh man, I need to get geared up before I go to that because
Yes,
that
yes.
thing's dangerous."
Yeah. Instead of where is that stronghold? I've been digging down for
Right,
how many?
exactly.
Yeah. How many blocks?
I've been looking everywhere for it.
Yeah.
All of the lamps. This was pre
Some,
the copper though, pre-copper
it,
lamps.
it was, yeah. This was pre copper, pre
I think that's one of the cool
tough.
things about
Yeah.
Forever Worlds is that you
Mhm.
can kind of tell where like what patch different builds were built in
Oh,
because of the
mhm.
materials that they are made in. And
Yeah.
so if you have something new, you're gonna see it in the next builds that the person does because they're excited about building with it. And so you know that this is pre-copper because there's not a ton of copper in here.
Yes. Yeah. It's also fun too because you can sort of you mark the time that of when you are doing that build. So for this one, this was I did it in December, and I was having to leave to go somewhere, and I was trying to get this build completed before I had to go on this trip, and sort of rushing to get it done. And I got everything done except the ceiling for the last room, which I had to wait to do until I got back on the trip. But this was one of the builds that I did before I started doing a lot of pre-planning for a build. So a lot of this was all done just in the world. There wasn't a lot of
Inspired at the time.
there was a lot of digging. So,
I can see this is a lot of digging. Yeah, this. I spy. That's it.
there we go. Yep.
So
Achievement.
beautiful. What's amazing to me, and I've said this to you before, is just how much effort you put into builds and things that aren't even really seen all that much, right? Because there's so much detail up in the roof and in all of the different windows stuff, pieces.
Mhm.
But you put that effort in, and I think it pays off just because it makes your builds feel so complete.
This was interesting because my original plan was to have candles instead of lanterns in all of those. And I just couldn't get enough wax in the amount of time to
Yeah.
be able to build it. And so I was like, okay, well, I'll use lanterns, I guess. But with the shaders that I used, the lanterns actually look so much better than the candles did that I was ended up being way happier with the lanterns. I was like, okay, well, I'll just never replace them with candles because I think that it just works so much better. This is more of a
What's your
orange.
lore on the dragons? Because you got three of them.
The idea is that the build in the end was done by sort of the dragon keepers, and then the dragons, the statues here are just sort of lead you to the end because that's where the dragons are. So
We gotta throw some lore in about the
yeah,
the three dragon kings or something.
yeah, I went to the end. Do want to build some bigger dragons at some point, um, but those were my first attempts at sort of an organic build.
The last
Oh
act of
yes,
the Dragon Lords.
yep.
I ain't taking the book.
So,
This is
so you,
not the way to
this,
go.
yep, it's the way. You just have to fly out.
That's so dangerous. You didn't
It
even
is
build a
dangerous.
staircase to the top. Oh,
No,
but it's because you wanted the reveal of
yeah.
this.
So yeah, so the
This.
the story being told was I got transported to the end, and when I got here, it was this build wasn't here, and it didn't appear until after I defeated the dragon that had destroyed it originally. So there was the dragon that came and destroyed this, and only by defeating the dragon could you make it come back, and
Could
that
you
was sort of.
restore it?
But I did defeat
It's
the
beautiful.
one sad thing is I didn't get the dragon egg, and I have no idea where it went.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that. That's some secrets from the
Yes.
Foxfoil world.
Yep.
So do you
It's
think
the
it fell like down, or
so I don't know
into the void?
if it was. My thought was that when I was going through battling the dragon all the times to open up the portals, if it broke it and it went through the portal into and ended up in the spawn chunks as an
Item.
item, yeah, as an item and despawned because the spawn chunks were loaded.
Hmm.
That's the only thing I could think of because I've looked all over this island and I can't find it anywhere, which is
Well, we might have to come up with some additional lore about where the missing
yes,
egg went.
yes, yeah,
I like that. Yeah,
yep.
this is amazing. And it's a ton of glass, but I think what I love about the end rods is that it's just that it feels very end-y,
Mhm.
while also still bringing in the deep slate and everything that you love so much. But this stuff here is really cool, where you knew that your shape was going to be a little ovally and a little bit weird, but you managed to be able to kind of integrate that extra wide section so gracefully, and it's beautiful.
Oh yeah, thanks.
This
Yeah,
is so
that's
mesmerizing.
yeah.
Though I know I'm
I
going
don't.
to be like a bird one of these times and just try to fly through a window and
Yeah, I do want to
Plunk.
come through one of these days and take out the bedrock, but it's a difficult thing to do, and I've been
Are you
procrastinating on it.
planning on never? Because I know that the dragon would totally destroy this
Hmm.
if you were to respawn the dragon. So there no aims to ever respawn the dragon in this world again?
Yeah, that's why I went through and fought it 20 times. It's like
But what about
we're
the
gonna do it all at
splash
once.
potions?
I
What about
know,
the
I know.
splash potions?
There's no lingering potions here ever again.
Ever again.
Yeah. All right.
Hello.
So I think we're going to go then. All right, we've got to go back to the Nether. We'll go down to this Nether portal here. We'll go back through this build.
Oh, there. I didn't even notice there were stairs down here.
Oh yes, yep. So you've got the side that's collapsed over here, and then this side goes down.
Oh yeah, there's so much more down here. I love
Mhm.
this type of stuff.
Yep.
There's another
So
lore book. Hang on.
this was pre chiseled bookshelves, which you can tell from the
Right,
looms being
right.
in place. Yep.
I still use the looms. They're great.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, that's black concrete, right?
Yeah, it's a drop of about 3 blocks. So
That's
it's
brilliant.
yeah.
That's brilliant. That
Before
is
you
so
get a
cool. Like I
big
can see
yeah,
some of the dark,
yeah,
the deep slated corners,
it might
but
be
it's just a gut
wool.
reaction.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, oh, don't drop.
That's awesome. I love it.
This was my start to a nether hub. So I tried to bring a little bit of plant life into it with the glowberries
And the copper,
and the
copper,
copper. Yeah.
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 Very nice.
Uh,
Did you color code your different passageways? It's all pink,
um yeah,
so it
it's
doesn't
all
look like
pink.
it.
There's only really one tunnel. So we
Ah,
yeah,
Piglin Farm.
yep, the piglin farm.
There we go.
Here we
Space
are.
bubble.
There it is. So originally, after I did the reimagined Stronghold, I was like, oh, I need to do a desert temple. But this was the only desert where I knew where it was located, and there was no desert temple. So I just built the
Oh,
desert temple. I
you
didn't.
just built your own.
I just built my own.
Silly
And
game won't give me a desert temple. I'll make it
yeah,
myself.
I'll make it myself. So there's multiple layers to it. And I tried to do the
Like an
different
onion
spots that
or an ogre.
this is don't worry about don't look in the storage room. That's not supposed to be there.
I saw
So you
nothing.
yes. There's multiple hallways, but they all lead to the same location. You can go different ways. And there are little traps that can be activated.
Oh, this is the one where you had the lava traps, right?
Yes, yep. And then
Yeah, that was so cool.
there
I love
yes.
these waterlogged roots. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, yeah. The roots I really like them and I need to use them more. But
Yeah,
they
very
between
underutilized block.
muddy roots and um waterlogged, so you can do a little parkour over it if
If you're any good at parkour.
yeah, I'm not. I tried to do like a actual parkour challenge and I couldn't get past like the first 2 jumps. What am I
I
doing?
have good days and I have bad days.
Yeah.
Haha, done.
Done.
Completed. What an easy challenge.
Yeah. Yes, it's super easy. Well, and especially easy because the way to activate it is this button right here. Let's see,
Does that activate what does that activate? The lava?
Yeah, it activates the lava. I'm not hearing it. I wonder if it's not working.
Oh. Oh, there it is. I see it on this side. It's working over here.
Oh, there it is. Yep, there it is.
That would
Yeah.
definitely make it much more difficult.
It's a little bit more challenging. The risk of death is much higher.
Yeah, especially because I don't know that you can jump between them as easily. But I'm
Yeah,
not going to lose all of your stuff in lava because
Oh, yes.
I guess the netherite stuff technically wouldn't be lost. But we're not in creative.
No. And then we've got this room. Now, this room has if you look at these arches over on the sides, you can see that opening there. And it's TNT will drop out of there, and it's timed so that it will land right about even with this walkway. So it will hit the player, but it's not going to do any damage. The only thing it does is it can sometimes break the candles, but mostly it just hits the player.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's so cool. I remember watching you after you built it, kind of showcasing how the room worked, and I was just blown away by you built the room designed for that TNT timing to come down just right. And
Mhm.
again, it's that kind of gives the impression of the void on either side. But the thing that made me think about when you first enter the room is in Incredibles when Mr. Incredible walks
Oh,
in. There's the
yes. Yeah.
long hallway
Yeah.
out to the bright light at the end of the hallway, and it's like, all
Yeah.
right, you gotta go punch in the code.
Yep. So then there was a book here, and then when you take the book off of the lectern, then that's what activated. And then the redstone is all there's comparators and timers and things to
All of the awesome stuff.
to trigger the lights before the TNT came down. And when I was building it, I was about to test it, and I had missed some redstone, which would have caused the TNT to come or explode early. I was like, oh,
Oh
that would have
no,
been bad. But fortunately,
definitely
I
bad.
caught it on the second or third time that I checked it.
That's what I was gonna ask. Is this stuff designed to be repeatable, or is it just for the cinematics for the video? Because I think both have value. But I'm
Mhm.
always curious on if people make something just for the video, or they're like, no, 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 I want people to be able to do it over and over again. But as this is your forever world,
Yeah,
you don't have to have that limitation.
it could be. It just the one thing with the lava was because I put lights in the floor, and they're covered by carpets, and so when the lava comes down, the carpets
Ah, yeah.
get destroyed.
Are
Yeah.
you ready for my great parkour moment?
Oh yeah. Here we go.
All right, here we
Ready?
go. Ready,
Three,
set.
two, go. Oh, perfect. 10 out of 10.
Best parkour.
For a long time, this was my only build in the desert. And then I kind of went through a phase where I was like, oh, I want to do some more things in the desert. Got a little village over here. That's more of like a desert oasis.
Beautiful. Ah, I love it.
Yeah.
It's so lush.
Tried to use all of the moss blocks and azalea leaves and
And the
bring the,
camels
yeah, and the
and the
camels.
pots.
Yes. Yeah. This was probably pretty close after that update.
So that's how you know
Hmm.
that it was built during that time. This is just beautiful. I love the little, and I know it's kind of classic, but this
Hmm.
smattering of orange and then other colors that you've scattered into it just to kind of break it up
Yeah.
is super nice. And it's kind of your own personal reimagining of the desert village and what Mojang kind of had the concept for, and then you've redesigned it a little bit.
Hmm. So I did do a little bit of color coding with the terracotta. So where there were plants, I used the green terracotta. Where it was for the water pools, I used blue terracotta, even though it's sort
Ah,
of purpley.
and this right here of using the waterlogged leaves as like lichen slash moss along the top of the water, underutilized. Wait, and
Yes.
you got actually moss for the sugarcane.
Hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
I'm stealing that. See, I told you this is just a Jake steals all of the
Yeah.
ideas.
So I
That
had
is
also
so
used
cool.
the other way I did do this is with the tall grass. So you was the other way to make use of that if you want to do mix in with
Because
the
you can
sugar
place
cane.
tall grass on the moss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I thought sugarcane looked better for a desert
Well, now I'm wondering as
village.
well is that you could decorate it. I know this came later, that's why you don't have them in here. But the small pink flowers from the cherry blossom biome, that would be
Oh,
really cool, scattered in among just as like
yeah.
little flowers here and there scattered throughout it. But
And the cactus flowers.
yes, 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 yes.
Those, yeah.
Awesome, awesome.
We've got some holes in the ground that lead somewhere. Let me see where they are. Oh, right over here. I need to put a marker for this. Let's go down this one. This was the other desert project that I
Yes,
did.
I remember this too.
Yeah. This was
I
guess
I don't know
which
why you
update
built
this was
this.
after. Yeah. I don't know.
I think this was after the azalea trees, right?
Oh,
Because
yes. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
placing all of the seeds by hand has
Yeah.
to be a monumental task in and of itself, let
Yeah.
alone just having built this whole thing.
Yeah. I was questioning myself pretty much after
Yeah.
building.
No, no.
It's,
See, I think this is also one of those projects. This is before you started your giant city.
Mhm.
This is one of those projects that I looked at, and at the time, it was kind of like, oh, he's building these cute little farms and cute little things. Okay, yeah, I think I can keep up with the, size of the builds and the projects. I feel it, I feel it. And then you drop this video, and I was just like, bro, I ain't got time for that.
Yeah. But
This is crazy, but
yeah.
beautiful.
But yeah. Yeah. But
But I really
this is
can't.
how,
Go ahead.
oh, I was just gonna say this is how I get to 2 million stone blocks and
Yeah, I see that.
mhm.
The fact that I did not know this either, that all of this is under a little drop of water. In the
Yeah.
like, where's the giant tower over top of it with the giant
Yeah.
wheat or something to
Well,
indicate, like, we've got the
yeah.
farm of all farms here?
Yeah, my I want to put something on top of it, and actually my thought was always to keep what was going to go on top, just a small little build on top of it, and there'd just be a road going through here to the village, and then just a little build.
A little well or something,
Yeah,
a little
just to
wait
sort of
stop.
help really make the size of it pop. Because if you put a big thing on top of it, then the big thing underneath is going to, but if you put a little thing and then someone's like, oh, what's in here? And then it's, oh, there's a whole wheat field.
It's an
Why? Who
enormous
knows?
city-sized structure under there. All right, that thing is
Yeah.
crazy. That's quite monumental. Would you? I know that you haven't, but I think it would be worthwhile to consider going back to some of these projects and stamping them with a sign on the date and maybe some stats about the project,
Oh,
just so
yeah.
that way you can see, like, hey, oh yeah, this was back at this particular year, and 800,000 blocks mined out is pretty
Yeah.
insane.
That's a good idea.
I'm not ready. Okay, I'm
All
looking
right.
down.
Okay.
Where do
Over
you want
here.
me to walk?
Walk over here. We're gonna walk down these stairs over on
Hang
this
on,
side.
I'm trying not to spoil too much. I
Oh,
gotta find the
okay.
stairs. Where are you?
Oh,
I like the little plant pots. Oh, here we are. Okay, I found you.
yeah. So we're gonna
Can
walk
I
over
look up
here.
from here, or
Yeah.
is this your
Yeah.
city?
Yeah. This is a city.
Oh yeah, this is your city.
This is my
Hang
city.
on.
Yeah.
I'll fly around the city afterwards. I
Yeah.
want to see. Where did you go?
All right. We're right here.
Over there.
We're just walking around this way. All right. So you can kind of see.
I love your city.
Are you able to see what's over here?
It's coming into view now, but my render distance is quite low. Here, let me see if I
Okay.
can up my render distance.
Yeah. We may have
Uh,
to keep walking over here.
Render distance. There we go. Let's just chunk it up to 32.
So right now the water is 3 layers. It's gonna be 10. I couldn't get all of it filled
You're
in.
filling this in?
Yeah. This used to be
What?
the ground used to come up to where we are right here. So I dug down
All
the
of
ground.
that
Yep.
to
Dug
then
this out.
fill it back in with water.
Yep. Hmm.
The largest man-made lake ever.
Yeah. And this was only half of what I wanted to do. I was going to do
Oh.
here. So if we fly over it, so you can see it actually sort of the full
Oh.
scope.
My gosh. Fox, what have you done?
So
This isn't even on your streams or anything, because I've seen nothing of this.
yeah, this was
Oh my lord. Wow.
and then
Talk about a terraforming project.
yeah. So eventually what I want to do is have the lake go all the way over here. And because there's this stretch of land that's between water, and I was like, this is the perfect spot to put in a lake.
So this water over here is going to connect to the water that's over there?
Yeah, I'm going to take out all of this land right here where this mountain is.
What?
But I'm probably going to spread it out a little bit more. I've learned some things. I may do it a little bit differently.
That you're insane and that this is a crazy, crazy project?
It is.
I want to look at your terraforming, because this is a lot of custom terraforming with these cliffs in here. That's a lot of coral too. What do you have planned to build for these islands? Because these are crazy.
I might build some ruins on this one. The other ones are going to be mostly just sort of trees and vegetation.
So you built all of this for a few ruins and vegetation.
Yeah, this is the backdrop for the city.
You can knock you off. That is crazy. It's just crazy. I want to see all the stone, and then I want to take a look at your city, because to me that's like your.
Yeah. So this is sort of the start of me defining the border of the city, for the first time, because I've not really ever defined where it is. I've always had sort of ideas of where the end of the city was going to be, but this is the first project that sort of says this is where the city is going to stop.
Gosh, this city is so beautiful. Why didn't we just start the tour here?
I know.
Spend forever I was just looking at everything.
I know. There's a lot to see.
Yeah, but we were looking at like little villages, but you've got this amazing city.
All right, so this was my storage room, and I was like, okay, but I filled this up. So this over here is just stone in these chests.
Oh my. How is this world not lagging? What?
The top ones I've been emptying out for building the cliffs, but yeah, all of these other ones are all.
Oh my lord, that is insane. Like, I've seen people build these types of things for videos because it makes fun thumbnails and stuff.
Yeah.
But oh my goodness.
Yeah.
What you need to do is come back here and just cover this in stone, like, slabs and stairs and stuff, like cobblestone. And that way it's just like, this is my pile of stone. Look at all of it.
Yeah.
That's incredible. Yeah, you have a work ethic that is way beyond me. Like there's some people that I'm just like, oh my, they like to build big stuff. That's really cool. And they got a lot of time and I don't. That's fine. But your dedication to these kinds of projects is just unbelievable.
Yeah. This one's sort of has been a lot. I'm like, I was going to do so much more, but I had to cut it in half because otherwise I'd still be mining
take
blocks.
It in pieces, mate. Take it. It's like every year, make one addition to the lake or something. Don't kill yourself trying to do everything. But I would definitely say that to me so far, easily the largest man-made lake I've ever seen in Minecraft. For sure, especially for survival. That's the crazy thing, is that so much of this I could see myself building in creative mode, where it's like, I just plop this, axiom that, and we're done.
Yeah.
But
sort of like this storage room was one that got a little out of hand. I was like, oh, I wonder how many blocks. 150,000. Okay. Wow.
Have you noticed that like all of your ideas are a little out of hand?
Yeah.
I see the moss. These Endermen stealing your moss.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, that's right, because you built a small one, and now you built a storage unit around it.
Yeah. I was like, well, this is compared to the other builds, because this was the second one that I built in the city, and it was on the smaller side. It's only, I think it's like 16,000 blocks.
On the smaller side, he says.
Yeah. But I've got redstone. You see? Little door.
Oh, look at how fancy that is. That's
don't mind the trapdoors.
Yeah, exactly.
Pay no attention to the trapdoors.
Don't mind the trapdoors.
Yeah.
What I do love about your city is that because you spend so much time here, all of the different like sugarcane farms and everything that are underneath all the different buildings,
Hmm.
they're just so passive, and
Hmm.
it allows you just to farm and gather. This is your tree farm, right?
No, this is the mob farm. The tree farm is the one next to it. Oh, well,
Oh, it
the
is
one
the
over.
mob farm. I see
Yeah.
it. Oh, I'm about to die. I keep smashing my face on things.
Oh, yeah. If you go over here, this was a recent redstone project that I did. Uh, come down here.
There we go. I was tracking you.
So if you, oh, there you go. See behind you. Ready?
Ooh
Oh,
la la.
you have to glide to.
Oh, it only opens when you glide?
Yeah.
Oh, that's so sick.
But this was
All right, hang on.
another project that I was like, I needed to do it for the longest time because for about 3 years, or no, 2 years, I've had this mob farm for 2 years. I would just break blocks to get in.
Oh, you have no door to get in here?
Yeah,
What?
there was no
You
door.
have
There was never any door. And I was like, okay, I just need to build a door.
Why would you build a door?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's so funny.
It was just on the list of things to do.
Because it's just supposed to be a monument structure.
Yep, it's the center.
Nah, to escape. That's
Uh,
really cool. And how do you even know that that's the one spot? That's awesome.
yeah,
Very secretive.
yeah, just secrets.
What I also find incredible about all of this is how both different all of your buildings have been, and yet they all feel very similar. Like there's no two buildings that are identical,
Hmm.
and yet you've managed to make it feel incredibly cohesive. And even with the similarity of using the polished tuff, polished andesite, deep slate for the base, quartz, and I guess calcite for all of the whites, highlights and everything,
Yeah.
it's still just such a good um, I don't know, it just feels very polished without being too clean. So
Hmm. Yeah. I I was actually going to see what you thought.
this is
So I've
beautiful.
been thinking about my marketplace over here.
That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah. And I was sort of my idea was when I built it was there's the sort of monument structure on top, but then, everyday people just sort of building their little shops, pop-up stalls, just average stuff. But I didn't know if it's like it's very Minecrafty, these tents and things.
Oh, he got a spear. He was coming
Yeah,
after you.
I'm on fire.
Well, have you
Um
seen the latest drop
yeah,
teaser?
I did just see that. I was like,
I'm so
"What?
excited.
What?"
So excited for that.
At first
So
with the
what's your
wood type,
question
I was
about the
like,
markets?
"Oh, another gray block."
No,
And
man, not only
but then
gray wood,
stairs. Yeah.
and
Yeah,
then
gray
yeah,
wood.
the new wool stairs and slabs, but also
Yeah.
orange trees, yellow trees,
Oh,
red
yes. Yep.
trees.
Leaf, yeah, the leaf color, all sorts. I mean,
Literally never gonna build with freaking green leaves ever again.
yeah. Yeah. But what I was wondering is like if I should tone down the colors in here or if the colors are a useful um variation on everything.
To break it up. Let me do a quick fly around above, but I would definitely say keep my gut feeling is to keep the colors. Because I think it makes it feel like the city is think about like ordinance, right? Is
Hmm.
that there's the people that are in charge of the city, and they're like, hey, we get to determine whether or not what you build or don't build, whatever. There needs to be one place where people can kind of break out of that, and this feels like it was maybe originally a meeting area before new meeting buildings were built, And so because it no longer was really necessary, it's just kind of like this beautiful monument. This is the one area where they've said, hey, we're not going to restrict what you do or don't build as much. Now, it's not going to be a
Mhm.
black market per se, but have at it. You know, the carts with the wheels and everything. Yeah, sure, whatever. As long as it's within this structure, you have an allowance with that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I love it. I think it's a great pop of color, and especially when you're walking around, because if you
Hmm.
come down a couple of streets over to the side and you go to pass by that kind of market area, you're just looking around, you're like, wow, these houses are so beautiful. Got to get down to, and you look over and there's just all that color, and you can imagine the noise of everyone talking and chatting and everything. You're like, oh, I know where that is, right? It becomes this
Yeah.
kind of um, uh, place to orient yourself in the city.
I think
So
somebody broke the door.
I think there was a zombie that broke the door. I hear him talking around in
Yeah.
there.
I I really like how the gold that used up all of my gold ore with from or stone block stone or stone
Words.
gold ore blocks. Yeah, there we go. Or gold ore stone blocks. I forget what the order is, but it was a lot.
I oh yeah, the gear building.
Yeah, the gear building.
Sorry. Yeah, the way that you even texture like staircases for your builds.
Oh yeah,
How long is
yeah.
this taking you? 3
Um,
years?
yeah, 3 years.
You need to go through and sign all this. Take a stream and
Yeah.
just use a stream to go through and put signs on everything, just to kind of landmark all of it. Or if
Hmm.
not that, then have some building that the interior you have kind of marked out. Maybe it's a map or something of each of your builds, and then a sign underneath it, like a gallery, an art gallery or something that
Oh
just
yeah.
has, here's the build and here's where I accomplished. Because this is a huge, huge accomplishment, and you should be very proud of yourself. You've done a lot.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been
I'm
fun.
proud of you.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, we've got uh we've got a lot more building to do here.
All right. Well, thank you,
Uh,
Foxfoil. I am honored, 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 honored to be able to tour your world. I've been watching you build it for 3 years now, and it's just continuing to grow more and more beautiful. And honestly, as I fully knew coming into this, but even still surprised at how many things I learned. All the different building tricks. There's so many that I'm going to be taking back with me because they're awesome. But I just want you to know that I and a lot of the Minecraft community are really proud of you, and you have done an awesome, awesome job with this. So thank you for sharing it, because this is one of those projects that you could have just kept to yourself, and instead you've shared it with the world. And I am just super glad to be able to enjoy it, because truly, it's enjoy it is putting it lightly.
well, thanks, Jake. I appreciate you taking the time today. I know you're really busy with a lot of different projects going on. And it's been fun having you to come in and be able to show you all the different projects that we've done here in this world. And I think thanks for the time and the insight and the input. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, and look forward to another 3 years.
Yes, yep. And we'll probably be in another video here soon.
Oh, foreshadowing.
Dun dun
I'll
dun.
catch you later, mate.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Bye. It was so much fun having Jake around to be able to tour this world and see everything that we've been up to over here. But there was one area which we didn't get a chance to take a look at, and no world tour would be complete without getting to see it. So I think we've got one more stop before we end this tour. And that project would, of course, be our medieval city. Now, for this project, I did something a little bit different than any other project that I've done before. And that was to completely leave behind all of my gear, all of my tools, all of the materials that I had collected, and to start completely from scratch. And that's what I did for about 1,000 days. And in those 1,000 days, we built a lot of fun projects. We've got this iron farm, which I built, and I'm still really proud of this design. We've got the city over here, which has a lot of different parts to it. So there's a lot of custom terrain around it. I'm really happy with how these cliffs all turned out. Of course, the castle is also a lot of fun, and I really like this castle. There are so many great little details, from the ballistae, which we've got down here. There are catapults up on the walls. There's all these different layers to it. We've got the exterior walls, we've got the interior walls, and then we've got the keep at the very top of the mountain. And then we've got the city all laid out in here too. And there are so many little houses and our market stalls and lots of fun little projects that we were able to incorporate into it. So over here in the market, I also added in a little secret area. And if we go over here, you'll notice we've got this little stall for books. And we've got a barrel right here. We can put an item in and any item will work. So we'll put these golden carrots in. It opens up this door, which leads us down these staircases into some other rooms. And I made this sort of a ruined entrance. There's a lot of barrels in here. And I've got the nether portal down here because I thought that that would be a better spot to have it rather than having it up in the town because that doesn't fit with the medieval city look. But I'm really happy with how this room turned out. And it's just kind of nice having, some dirt that Endermen leave around. Oh my goodness. Can't have that. We go out this gateway, then there's a few more projects that we can see out here. So we've got that little keep over there, which was used to hold our gunpowder farm. But this was probably one of my most complete projects to date, and I am so happy with how it turned out. It was so much fun to be able to work on this project, and I was actually kind of sad when I had to leave it behind and go back to my main base area. But the nice thing about having it in this world is that we can always come back to it. And there you have it. That is my forever world as it stands at the 10,000 day mark. We've spent a lot of time in this world. I started it almost 4 years ago, and I've had so much fun adding in all of these different projects and getting to share them with all of you. I'm also very grateful for Jake spending the time to take a look at this world, and I've included a link in the description to his channel. Definitely check out his videos because he's got a lot of great things that he's working on. If you'd like to explore this world yourself, you'll be able to do that by getting a world download from my Patreon. There is a link in the description to there as well. If you want to get some individual builds, I post some of those over on my Discord. And you guessed it, there's a link in the description for that as well. But I think that's where we're going to leave things for today. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed getting to take a look at this world. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like. If you want to see more, please subscribe. And until next time, see you later.